Indeed, it's a tough time to be a Nigerian and to be identified publicly as a Nigerian because the different part of the countries are agitating for a breakaway, and if the government does not offer them referendum, there are certain group of people that are all seems to be very prepared for war or kind of a separation movement that they really want to see happen. And I'm not here to condemn either of this, all right? Be whatever name or whatever group that you belong in that you want to agitate. Yes, it is your legal right, and everyone have their own right, and they have to decide which path they want to follow in life, and that is okay. But here I want to say to us that Nigeria have experienced civil war in the past, which lasted for a good period of 30 months, and it cost the nation a lot. And you can tell that the effect of the civil war is the reason why today Nigerians, northern Nigerians, are still wailing on the aftermath of the civil war, which is why there has been a huge hatred existing between the certain part of Nigeria and the other part of Nigeria. And they played this, they have taken this hatred into politics, and it's still affecting some part of Nigeria, including my part, so to say. But I'm here to tell us that really, from my own point of view, I do not really think that Nigeria need a second civil war. War is not a good thing. We know that we cannot achieve our freedom from these evil leaders by pleading with them and looking as if we are begging them. But I also believe that there can be other ways to which we can resolve our indifferences, and we either stay together or we part ways. And I believe that in doing this, we should come to a proper table talk. What I mean by table talk, for each group that is agitating for separation in Nigeria today, I have not seen anywhere that constitutional wise that they follow the rule of law by coming on the table saying that, look, we no longer want to be part of Nigeria. We would like us to discuss the aspect of breaking away constitutionally so that we can sit down and look on how we can talk about the border separation, the border demarcation and all that. None of the group in Nigeria that is agitating seriously today has ever come to the federal government of Nigeria to say that, look, we no longer want to be part of Nigeria, but instead they go around on the social media and all kind of thing that is agitating for breakaway, which is not constitutional. And I feel like this is one of the reasons why much result has not been achieved so far. And also, I would like to point to us that war is not a good thing. About 206 million Nigerians that account that to be alive today that's within the globe, spread across all over the world. Now, in Nigerians today, the numbers of Nigerians that are in Nigeria, about 80% of them do not have access to mobile phone or do not have access to the internet. The 30% population that have access or use the internet on and often, they are the set of people that are communicating with the rest of the world. I believe that there are 70% left, or about 70% left, that we don't really hear about them. And this set of people, they are just like people who are equally marginalized in terms of the digital tech world. So I would like to appeal to our conscience that we know that we are not okay with the situation of the country, but we should consider these numbers of people that do not have access to population, the aged group people, and those who cannot afford to buy a mobile phone or even put data in their phone to have a say of what life is for them in the issue of the national interest. All right? Now, war is a very terrible thing for those who don't actually know the consequences of war. And the many that are pushing for the war in Nigeria at the moment are not even based in Nigeria. Some of whose parents are from Nigeria, some are born outside Nigeria, some are full born Nigerians that are based abroad, and some are even based in Nigeria. Now let me tell you, in the history of war or riot or any kind of protest, I have yet to see any one of a notable person in history of any country across the world that you see them at the war front, except in the old time before common era, when the kings and the president have to be in the war front to lead their people. In this our modern time, there is no notable big man or wealthy man or rich man, politics or businessman that ever be in the front wall to lead the people to war. It is always been the sons and the daughters of the common man of every country that dies in the front of war. I want to ask the question, if we really need a war, let those who are agitating for war go back home from wherever locations they are, because what they are agitating for, it is not what you can just go and achieve. Many people are going to die, many lives are going to be lost, and so many things are going to happen. Properties are going to be damaged. I was speaking to someone yesterday, and he was like, if you send money to your people back home, let's buy food and buy them food so they can stock food in their house in case when the war happens. When the war happens, it does not give date or time when it's going to start and when it's going to end. War does not just play in one part, and it's not just going to be only in the north, the east, the south, and the west. It's going to be everywhere if war does happen in Nigeria. Supposing that I buy food for all my family members and lock them in their house, and they send the key by DHL to me in Cambodia, does that prevent the people from burning the house down? Does that prevent the people from breaking into the house and kill people inside? Does that prevent people from just killing some people in one region and if I live and allow other people to survive? War has a huge consequences that I feel like Nigeria as a country do not really need a war right now. I would like to speak to the heart of the common man in Nigeria. Please do not be used. Please do not put yourself into this. What is happening to you, it's affecting you, it's affecting me, and it's affecting every Nigerian across the world. It is time to put our head into action, into work, into thinking, and also for us to take a step. We have been praying and we will continue to pray. I want to say that we should continue to pray, and we should also start by taking action. The action we want to encourage Nigeria. The situation of Nigeria is very, very, very bad right now. It's unbearable, and I do not support it. Here is what I want to take for Nigerians right now. How about all Nigerians en masse, north, east, and south, come and west, come out en masse in every state across the 36 federation, including Abuja, to protest that President Buhari must step down. If all of us can come out and protest for President Buhari to step down from being our president due to his inefficiency to put the country together, to say no to violence and killing of all these things that is happening right now, no tribe or no region of the country should be held responsible for what is happening right now. We come together and we do the needful, amending the 1999 Constitution, giving us a referendum. Each state have their own independency, and we give freedom of expression back to our people. We need people to come together. We elect people or appoint people who are capable and credible enough to be in various government sensitive positions, and we start to see how we can rebuild our country from dying. And I am sure that if we can all do this in a way, if in fact, us coming together, that is number one solution. If we can do this and demand for President Buhari to resign, that will be another huge success in the right direction. Look, the people that are agitating and are pushing you to go out there and fight, they are in the comfort of their air-conditioned house, they are enjoying the good life abroad. They have just a mobile phone, sitting down, spreading their leg, taking care of their children, sending their children to international schools abroad, and their wives are enjoying comfort, and their children are enjoying comfort everywhere, and they are just telling you to go out there and fight for the freedom. Why can't they come home and stay in the war front and lead you? This is what our leaders, our forefathers in the old days have done in the past to prove that they were heroes. Heroes are not heroes of in those days are not people who attain the position or the status of hero by using of their mobile phone tweeting hatred, divisions, and all kind of things, civil war and all kind among people. I believe that the current situation of Nigeria is bad. I condemn it, but it's not as bad as we are painting it. Anyone that is hurt right now, I don't want to just say one, almost everyone in Nigeria is currently affected by what is happening in Nigeria, economically, socially, psychologically, mentally, and otherwise. There is nobody in Nigeria that this evil that is happening in Nigeria is not being affected by. So we should not do or try to give the enemy more opportunity for them to do more harm in our country. We only have one country, and that is Nigeria. Before we divide, or even if you want to divide, which I do not support, but even if that's going to happen, we should do things constitutionally and very, very, very law-abiding manners, to which that more lives will not be lost. We cannot, no matter how the world advances we cannot reproduce human life. If it were to be possible, science could have done it. There were many Nigerians in the east, in the north, in the west, and south of Nigeria. Let us use our brain, like they say in Warri. Look, they use our HQ. We don't need war. We know that the things that are happening in the country is not good, and we condemn it. Everybody is condemning it. The presidency needs to be under more pressure. One thing that is certain that is already happening in Nigeria is the autonomous of each state. I like the idea that each state governors are creating their security outfits and all those things, and trying to secure their state. I support that. One thing that is going to remain, referendum or not, is that these security outfits are going to be turned into state police, reform state police, because this is what is needed in Nigeria: independence of each state, and let every 36 state be accountable to the presidency at the end of fiscal year or even a normal calendar year. Because one person cannot be sitting down in Abuja and be like presiding over the large 36 states, including Abuja. This is why it is becoming almost difficult for the presidency to be able to take care of or to know exactly what is happening across the state. I'm appealing to Nigerians. Let us be a bit patient. War does not bring anything good. I'm appealing to our brothers everywhere. Those ones whose children, brothers, husbands, and boyfriend and whatsoever have been killed, I beg, more than no verse. It is very painful. It is very, very painful, especially our people in the east. They have been oppressed, and I will never stop speaking against that oppression. It is very, very wrong, because the Igbos have been oppressed in Nigeria for so many years. We agree to this thing, and your agitation, Nigerians, well-meaning Nigerians are in support of your agitation. We know that, but it is not yet for war. Let's create this pressure that is mounting up right now on the presidency. Let's demand for the presidency to ask Buhari to resign. Let all ministers and in fact, anyone in the government, it's like dissolving the entire government and have an interim committee to be in charge of Nigeria right now, because I feel this is what we need in Nigeria. We dissolve the government, and we should not give a room for the military to take over, because that would be very, very difficult for us as well. But let's dissolve the government and have some people that we feel we trust. Let's ask them wherever they are. We bring them in, and it should not be overcrowded system of interim regime. We select people from every part of the region of Nigeria to be in the executive interim council to take care of the affairs of until when things are stable, that we can either have an election or an appointment. Because war War has never brought anything good for Nigeria, and we cannot afford a second civil war in Nigeria. My people, na hand wey wash hand I clean. You understand? There is no part of Nigeria, for what I know in my few years alive today, that is actually want to see Nigeria go down. It is because of the way situations have become. So I understand all our indifferences and whatever that we are going through. But one thing I can assure you, if we all come together and put our effort and speak with one voice and ask this president to resign and dissolve all the cabinet of the current administration of APC, and dissolve all political party until we settle things, and this is how I feel like a country should move forward. We should dissolve all the political party that is already existing. I'm not in support of PDP, I'm not in support of APC, I'm not in support of Afghan or whatsoever. We need fairness and justice, inequality, as well as the respect for rule of law. Then on the aspect of citizen, we are behaving very, very lawless as a people. North, east, west, and south, all of us will they break the rules of Nigeria. We need to know that the Nigerians that we are crying and agitating for requires, or the country or whatever requires for us to do the right things. We must also learn on our own part as citizens to be law-abiding people. Most of Nigerians, those in government and those that are not in government, are lawless people. We must know that we have expectation of ourselves. There are things we ought to do, that we must show that we love our country, and we must do all we can to support the progress of our country. Our Nigeria cannot die if we are responsible citizens. All right, so we must put effort. The effort is not only on the president. Like I've said before, we blame the president because he's the spearhead, he's the person that we look up to, who has the utmost power over all the governors in the land. Other than that, the governors in all these states, they have been allocated money and some levels of power to execute and to perform some duties in their own respective state. What are they doing with all this money that have been allotted or allocated or provided for them, for all the state projects and all that? There are bad roads everywhere. There is no electricity. There is no free education. In Cameroon, nearby neighbor, a smaller country, has free education. Nearly every child in Cameroon today is a graduate, and not just a graduate, PhD or master holder. How many Nigerians have access to education, free education, or are being encouraged to go to education? So there are so many things that is surrounding our situation right now. But what I feel we should do right now is that let all concerned sons and daughters of Nigeria, before anything, our differences, let's keep it aside. But first, let us come together and fight for the progress of our country. If we mount pressure on Aso Rock today, President Buhari will no longer have an option than to resign, or he dies. Or he dies. I am saying it. It is not us who is going to kill him. He's an old man. If we put pressure on him, I am very sure that if he knows that north, south, east, and west, and every part of the country unite and we're not speaking in one voice, let's forget the hate. The hate is a propaganda, an agenda of all the politicians to put separatism amongst us, for us to hate each other and start fighting ourselves. It is their strategy. It has always been. And let it not work in our time this time. Let it not work in our generation, because it is our responsibility to change it. Let's consider the future of our children. Let's consider our own future. I am not ready to die because I have not accomplished half of what I am here to do. If I put myself on the line and kill myself now, I will die unfulfilled, no matter what anybody claims, no matter any national hero or celebration. So there are so many of us who are in the same level as mine, whether or not even Dagote he will die unfulfilled. So we have visions, and let's not allow these things to perish or tarnish our vision that God has given. I believe strongly in the spirit of Nigeria, irrespective of what anyone thinks or irrespective of the insult thrown at me. Nigerians must move forward, and Nigerians have responsibility, a huge responsibility. We must take honesty as a first policy, and we must put the country first in all that we do. I repeat it again, the hit point I'm saying here is that we do not need a second civil war. Let's forget civil war. And I want to appeal to all those who are probably agitating for war. They will not donate their money. They will not send you, they will not give you anything, they will not empower you. They will send you with cutlass to go and wage war against a very well-armed army of the federal government to war. It will happen that majority can outnumber the minority, but many are going to die because guns can penetrate war. Nigeria federal police level, forget all these mago they are playing with Sabisa, forest people and the rest of them. When it comes to real war, let's kill people, and this time around this is like what is happening, like what they have done in the east. When it comes to going to kill, they are very good at that. And we don't need that. We don't want to lose any of our brother in the east, in the north, in the west and south. We need everybody to be alive to see the future and the glory of Nigeria. So I want to appeal to us, not that you do not have your fundamental right or your legal right or whatsoever, societal or social life or whatsoever, to demand and agitate for war. But I am here to tell you that war has never done any or has never brought anything good in anywhere across the world. So I want to appeal to us. We can be angry, we can be offended, we can be so disappointed. That is okay. This is part of it. Biblically, I don't want to go to the aspect of that now, because a lot of people don't even feel like talking about God right now because of the situation. But don't forget, I wrote it in my Facebook page recently. What is happening now is not just a Nigeria-made problem. It is something that has been for many years. Nigeria seems to be what it is right now because the fact that they have seen the future of Nigeria. And Nigeria is the bedrock of all the black people in the world, whether you believe it or not. Once we can come together and unite, it will bring a huge sense of belonging to all the black race across the world, and Nigeria will be a place that will welcome every of our brothers in diaspora to come and invest and find a way and find a place to live, and nobody will trouble them for any kind of a thing. That is not to say that we hate our opposite color people. I grew up in Nigeria not knowing what racism is. I remember writing a YA, and they put it in one of the exams we wrote, one of the literature's exams, that what is racism. It took me a long time for someone to explain to me, for me to be able to define what racism is, until I went abroad. So racism is not in our blood, and we should not let what is happening right now for us to cultivate the habit of hating the people who do not look like us, or hating one of us among ourselves. Please, we do not need war. I'm appealing to us, and I'm appealing to our conscience. Let us be a bit patient, and let us find a common ground. Let us find a way to solve our problem. My name is Harry, and thank you so much for giving me your time today. And I pray for one Nigeria, and I pray for peace in the south, in the east, in the west, and the north of Nigeria. I do not support hate, and I do not promote violence. Say no to war in Nigeria. Thank you, and God bless you. Talk and live, no time to tell time. ALASCOSPICETV, bringing Africa closer to Asia. One love, one Nigeria.